Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be talking, we're going to be looking at the reviews of the 5 Days at Freddy's movie. And if you haven't seen my spoiler-free review on the 5 Nights at Freddy's movie, go watch that right now. I am making a spoiler review tomorrow. I did a review of the movie, but it's like spoiler free, so that's on the channel. Go ahead and go watch that. But I am making a spoiler review going in detail of what I specifically liked and what I disliked about the movie, and giving my thoughts of how I really felt about the movie. That's coming out tomorrow. But just pointed this out there that these are reviews for the movie. There could be spoilers in here. If you don't want to be spoiled because you haven't seen the movie yet, click off now. I'm giving you a chance, alright guys? This could have spoilers. So if you get spoiled for the movie, I am not reliable. I gave you multiple opportunities, right? I'm giving you this opportunity right now to go away. If you're still here watching this video, don't get mad at me if you get spoiled, because I told you that there could be spoilers. But now that that's out the way, let's get into these reviews, man. Personally, I freaking love this movie, but look at this, guys. Critics gave it a 26%. But the audience, us 5 Nights at Freddy's fans, gave it 88. So the audience loved the movies. The critics, not so much. But anyway, let's scroll down and get into some of these reviews. Alright. This guy right here, Darnold. So he says, Hutcherson is admirably committed to the film, or to the filmmakers. Apparent desire to make something miserable of a scenario that, as one Oscar-winning actor has shown, is more accommodating or psychedelic comedy. Bro, these are big words. Y'all already know I can't pronounce big words. I'm dyslexic. It is what it is. I don't know if I would agree with that. Emma Tammy's horror movie film isn't perfect, but it's compelling and scary enough to beg sequels. I do kind of agree with that. The movie's not perfect. It has its flaws. But, it's good enough to get a sequel. And, like you said, it's scary enough. I do wish it was a little more scary. But, we're going to get into that with my spoiler review. This guy, top critic, man. It's a fun gateway horror movie for kids and the easily scared who wants to test their limits slightly. Yeah, it does feel like a children's horror movie. Like, it just doesn't feel like an actual horror movie. Honestly, I wouldn't even call it a horror movie, to be honest. Yes, it has a couple of things here and there, but I wouldn't go as far to say it's a horror movie. Alright, James says, I was more bored than scared. I do agree. It looks like a lot of these things have in common is it's just not scary. And it's not. But I wasn't bored watching it. I was entertained. There was a couple of things that I was, I'm like, eh. But I was entertained by the movie. Wasn't scared, though. Jeez. Anyway. Like Teletubbies with chainsaws or knife-wielding thimbles, it's absurd, but not in a good way. I mean, Teletubbies, bruh, see, don't give these people ideas. We had a Winnie the Pooh horror movie. We're gonna get a Bambi horror movie. Don't give them ideas. Somebody's going to make a Teletubby movie with chainsaws. Yet, while there's enough ambient dread in this 5 Nights at Freddy's feature to indicate why the video games are so popular, there's more by the numbers plotting than needed. Yeah, fair. 5 Nights at Freddy's is awful. They didn't have anything for 2 hours, much less 5 nights. I disagree with that. They had stuff. Were you not watching the movie? Like, yes, there was like some parts that could have been cut out because it was just not needed, but there was plenty of stuff, you know. The seesaw definitely tips for or toward fan service, though there's some horror pleasure that anyone can appreciate. I completely agree with that. This movie is made for the fans. Like, this movie, like, if you're not if you're a casual, if you don't know too much about the franchise, you're probably not going to enjoy this movie that much because it just doesn't make a lot of sense. They don't really explain stuff. Like, the best way to enjoy this movie is you have to go into this film with knowledge, with prior knowledge of the games. If you don't have that knowledge of the games, probably going to be lost, confused, and maybe not enjoy yourself. A horror film doesn't have to be R-rated to be good, but Five Nights at Freddy's, like 30 minutes of interest ideas padded out to almost 2 hours. I mean, that is true. Like, a horror movie doesn't have to be rated R to be good. We've seen PG-13 horror movies just be completely terrifying. Like Insidious, for example. But I do think it probably would have benefited with the R-rated. Based on the popular horror video games, the movie starts out well with sympathetic characters, a fun design, and an appealing comical tone, but it goes on too long and eventually falls apart. Like, the movie does start off strong. Like, that opening scene, peak cinema. I almost said cinnamon. Peak cinema. But yeah, it just kind of unravels when you realize that the animatronics aren't as killer as the trailers made them out to be. It isn't perfect, far from it, but try to tell that to the kids who love Five Nights at Freddy's, and they will have thousands of reasons why you are wrong. That's true. A lot of kids kind of see when it comes to like movies, a lot of kids, like, if they're passionate and if they like it, they'll convince themselves that the movie's good even if it's not. Not saying that this is what's happening, but a lot of people are saying that it's great, everything about it is fantastic, and it's not. It's okay. I mean, it's above average, but it's not like in the like, fantastic category. I would say it's great, but it's not fantastic. Five Nights at Freddy's is a yawn and a half. Sorry, Freddy. Back to stage for you. I wouldn't say that. Okay. We already read that review. Okay. Alright, Five Nights at Freddy's forgets to be fun or scary, limiting what genre effectiveness can be mustered up here. I do think it's fun. It is a fun movie, but if you're paying attention to these reviews, guys, there's like all of them kind of have something in common, and that's the fact that it's just not scary. Which is a shame because Five Nights at Freddy's is supposed to be a horror movie. This ain't a horror movie. It wasn't scary at all. I was not terrified once. It's kind of... Yep. Not fun enough, not scary enough. It just exists. I do think it's fun, but yeah, again, another review saying it's not scary. Newcomers will appreciate that a PG-13 rated film isn't afraid to kill kids and shred unwitted trespassers. Genres and game fans will howl with appreciation at the Easter eggs embedded throughout. There was a couple Easter eggs that I was like, yo, they actually put that in there. Five Nights at Freddy's was overall a bit too long, but pretty much an okay movie for the season. It didn't really, so yeah. Well, brother, apparently this movie was rumored to be 3 hours long, so if you think this is long, just imagine. Apparently it was supposed to be 3 hours. Supposedly. Almost worth a recommendation, but when a film about animatronics killing has has very little animatronics killing, many won't get their money's worth. I mean, they killed a fair amount, but you know, I do understand. You know, a lot of these kills you didn't really see on camera. They were kind of cutaway kills. The plot is as dingy and full of holes as a 10-year-old pair of underpants, and about as much fun to watch. Yeah, the plot was kind of all over the place. For something that features an enormous robot chicken armed with a cupcake, it's an oddly serious, even boring movie. Really? Serious? I don't know about that. It just didn't seem serious at all. Five Nights at Freddy's commits the worst crime of all time. It's dull from beginning to end. It's a frustrating miss on a premise and franchise that can be so much more. Yeah. Could have executed this better. I did like the movie, though. Hutcherson. Okay, we already read that. Okay, we read that. A classic case of getting so carried away with other things that you shortchange what people are coming to see. More specifically, it gets bogged down in a bland, uninteresting drama rather than delivering the wacky animatronic horror it adventures or it advertises. Jeez, I can't read. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's saving grace for its immediately available on Peacock. While it may not live up to the ambition of the project or the IP, it is a perfect Halloween season. Sloppy, boring, and unnecessary Five Nights at Freddy's is a big letdown. Full review in Spanish. Oh. Unscary, yes. Sloppy at times. I know a lot of people say it's boring. Maybe it's because I'm such a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Like, I can see why casual fans might say it's boring. But as a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I was entertained throughout. I mean, there was parts that I was like, can we, like, you know. But, yeah. I hate singling out actors because bad movies are rarely their fault, but Hutcherson's terrible performance is right at home in this stuffed dog of a thriller. Hutcherson? I don't think he did that bad though. I don't know. I don't think he did that bad. So the person that played Mike, perfect. He did great. Great acting. But the actress that played Vanessa, however, she didn't. Okay, she did well. She did really good for her scenes. But the main problem I have with her is just like the dialogue and script she was given was just not it. Anyway, we'll just get more into that with my spoiler review that's coming out tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video reading some of these reviews. Let me know in the comment section below. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? Are you excited for Five Nights at Freddy's 2? But as always, guys, make sure you hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Subscribe while you're down there. The link to the my socials will be in the description below. Feel free to follow me and DM me anything you want me to do on the channel. I'll try my best to get to it, man. Like, I'm tired as hell, so I'm probably gonna take like a nap and then, yeah. Spoiler review coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts about the movie, and also I'm gonna, we're gonna talk about the ending, the post-credit scenes. What does this mean, and what to expect in the sequel? Anyway, guys, I'll see you in another video. Bye!